You almost certainly know far more of the language you're learning than you can actually use. There's a gap between what's in your head and what comes out of your mouth. And no amount of extra studying will close it because it's not a knowledge problem. So in the next few minutes, why knowing and using are completely different skills, why more input won't necessarily fix it, and the one thing that will. A quick intro, if you're new. I'm Mark from Coffee Break Languages. I've learned around 10 languages and I still get that little flutter of nerves before I open my mouth in most of them. So today is as much for me as it is for you. Let's get into it. Here's the trap that so many of us fall into. We feel like we're not ready to speak, so we study more. More vocabulary, more grammar, more podcasts, waiting for the day that we feel prepared. But that day never comes. Because studying builds knowing, and speaking is a completely separate skill, and that is about using the language. You can have every word and every rule perfectly straight in your head and still freeze the moment the person behind the counter looks at you. Your heart beats faster and the words just vanish. Does this sound familiar? Let me know in the comments. Now, this freeze isn't a gap in your knowledge. It's a lack of practice at the thing itself. And the only way to get better using the language is to use it. So here's some advice. First of all, lower the stakes, not the language. You don't need a big, brave, fancy conversation. One sentence said out loud, one message sent in the language, one coffee ordered without slipping into English. Small and real. And that's better than big and imagined. Next up, expect the freeze and go for it anyway. The pounding heart is normal, even for fluent speakers. It's not a sign that you're not ready. It's just the feeling of doing it for real. Feel it, think about it, and open your mouth anyway. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. Thirdly, collect the moments, not the words. The phrases that you use out in the world are the ones that stick because they're attached to a face, a place, and a little feeling, a warm glow of, I managed that. Those are the memories that are worth more than any other vocabulary list. I felt all of this recently myself. A few of us from the team were travelling together for a particular project that's coming soon on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, we were moving from one country to the next, and the language kept changing around us. We'd start the day in one language, and by dinner time, be in a completely different country. And every day, we had to actually use the language, not on a screen, not on a worksheet, but in the moment with real people when it mattered, ordering a meal, asking for directions and getting lost and then finding our way again. There's actually a lovely French expression, se jeter à l'eau, which means literally to throw yourself into the water. It's like jumping in at the deep end. And every day, one of us was throwing ourselves in. I felt that faster heartbeat more than once while reaching for a word in a language that I don't use so often. But almost every time, it was absolutely fine. The person was patient, the conversation happened, and we all came away with a little more bravery, a little more confidence than the day before. And that is the bit that you cannot get from a book when you just go for it and try. So this week, here's your challenge. Find one chance to throw yourself in the water. Not literally. One sentence out loud, one message, one order placed. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. It just needs to happen. Let's recap. Knowing and using are different skills, and more studying only builds the first. Lower the stakes, expect the freeze and go for it anyway, and then collect those real moments. Stop preparing to speak and start speaking. I've put a few gentle throw yourself in challenges on a single page, a handout for this video. There's a link in the description, and if this video helped, then do subscribe. Also, check out this video, which I'm sure you'll enjoy too. Until next time, happy coffee breaking!